So I don't know exactly how to start off this Q&A video. It's always kind of hard to. So I bought a pineapple lamp. This is the perks of YouTube money, everyone. This is where we're at. Welcome to Stuff We Play, home of everything weird and retro. And if that sounds cool to you, why not subscribe? But as this is a Q&A video, if this is your first video on this channel, I'd recommend you start somewhere else. Because this is me answering questions from viewers, particularly viewers in the official Stuff We Play Discord specifically questions from viewers in the official Stuff We Play Discord server. I love all my viewers equally, except I love the ones in Discord a bit more equally. Today, we just have me, and we have the disembodied voice of Rose. Say hi, disembodied voice.
What's up?
What's up? And yeah, best case scenario, I get some interesting questions, and worst case scenario, I end up having to dab or something. I'm wanting a nice mix of serious and silly, so let's do this. Let's go. Question 1.
What is your favorite Joy-Con color combination?
I don't know, I just kind of like this Joy-Con color combinations. I just kind of like the standard, like, red and blue that came with my Switch. I really like it.
Can you lick your elbow?
No.
What is your favorite video game and why is it Fortnite?
First off, to whoever asked that, fuck you. Second off, favorite video game is actually Sonic Mania. Sonic Mania Plus, to be exact. Seriously, that game hit all the right spots for me.
What is your favorite Mega Man boss?
Yeah, across all of Mega Man, I know it's a cliche, and I know Mega Man 2 is not one of my favorites, but that dragon at the start of Dr. Wily's Fortress, the Mecha Dragon, that one was always cool. Like, not because it was a particularly fun boss fight, but just because of you get chased by a giant mechanical dragon, and that's cool and stuck with me.
Who is best girl?
Best girl is definitely Amy Rose because Elliot says she tastes like strawberries. Interpret as you please.
What is your favorite non-gaming oriented band or musical artist?
Alright, so favorite band or musical artist. I blame this very much so on just having been raised in Texas, but I really fucking like ZZ Top. Or I guess I'm in Canada, so ZZ Top. But ZZ Top is incredible. I think Eliminator is the best album ever made. I know that's kind of a cliche thing to say, but I really like it. I think they're brilliant, and I don't think that there's anyone quite like them, and might be kind of biased because I've met Dusty Hill before, and he seems like a really cool dude.
What YouTubers, roughly your size, would you consider collaborating with?
As for YouTubers roughly my size, now that's interesting. I mean, a lot of the ones my size I've wanted to collab with, I have, mainly just because they're friends. The weird thing about YouTube is once you get your niche, you realize how small your niche is, or your section of it. Like, me and kind of my, I guess, semi-serious retro gaming stuff, like, I've collabed with the Golden Bolt, I've collabed with G Next Level, I've appeared in channels such as Media Glitch before, and like, I've wanted to collab with them, but also the people who run said channels, if they aren't good friends of mine, they're at the very least acquaintances who I can say are really great dudes IRL. I'll be honest, the one channel they're a little bigger than me now, and I know that as far as actual following goes, they're way bigger than me because of how long they've been around, and how prolific they are just in retro gaming, and how much of a beacon of positivity they are. But I'd love to do something with Riff from Pixel Game Squad. I've been watching the NES Pursuit since I was in high school, and his personality in general is fantastic. The type of content that Pixel Game Squad puts out is incredible. And just, I'll be honest, they are like the most positive people there.
If your home was on fire, and you had the time to save one console, and the game inside of it, which would you pick and why?
If my house was on fire and I could only save one console, one game, what would it be? I'd save probably some sort of SNES and my copy of Earthbound, because when it come time to rebuild, as sentimental as I am, I could sell that game for like 200 bucks. That's the most expensive game I own right now. It's Earthbound. That 200 bucks is 200 bucks.
What is your favorite thing that most people hate?
What's my favorite thing that most people hate? Is this in regards to games or in general?
I mean, if it was for right now, I assume it'd be the Piranha Plant for Smash Bros.
Alright, if we're talking about games I like that people hate, I recently played a bit of I recently played Castlevania: The Adventure on Game Boy. It's short, it's janky. I actually really enjoyed it. I know I can see why a lot of people don't like it. The remake on the Wii's better, but also it's a fun game. As far as things in general people hate, I loved it so much when people complained about the Piranha Plant when they announced it for Smash Ultimate. But like, I don't know, the only reason I legit wanted Waluigi announced for Smash Ultimate is I wanted kind of that meme-y, like, you know, that what the hell character, the one that makes you just like scratch your head and whatnot, but nah. They announced a Piranha Plant, and like, that's better than Waluigi could have been for me. Like, I don't know, I legit got hyped when they announced a Piranha Plant, and I can't wait to finally play it when I finally get my mitts on Smash Ultimate, which I guess probably won't be till after Christmas.
Now, okay, reverse of that question. What is something you hate that most people love?
You know what? I'm gonna go on a tangent here. And this is probably going to get me some flack. And if you've been following my channel, you'll know that I parodied this for my April Fool's video this year. I don't like reaction videos, and I find them to be a very, like, I know they get a lot of views, and if you make said videos and enjoy making them, that's great. YouTube should be above anything else about making content you enjoy. And if you enjoy watching them, that's fine. But I find them to be very lazy, uninspired types of videos with very little creative merit.
If you could have one superpower, what would it be and why?
I'd kind of like the ability to like stop time for a bit. If for no other reason than I could like take a nap. And I could have like a really nice 2-hour nap. But when I'd wake up, like no time would have passed. Like, it's great. I'd have all the energy of having taken a nice nap, but with none of the time lost.
What would, how if, you could, don't even?
Yes.
What is your favorite Fortnite emote?
My favorite Fortnite emote is the one where I tell you to get good and to stop asking about Fortnite.
How old are you?
I'm 20, despite the beard.
And is this your first time? What are your 3 favorite game genres?
My 3 favorite game genres in this order are side-scrolling platformers, RPGs, turn-based RPGs, followed by action RPGs. I like me my RPGs.
When will the Earthbound Let's Play happen?
The Earthbound Let's Play will definitely happen once I hit 1 million subscribers.
What is one of your favorite video game soundtracks?
Alright, my favorite video game sound, it varies by day, but my favorite right now has been the one from Katamari Damacy.
How do you edit your videos, and how long does that averagely take?
So, it really depends on the type of video I'm making and who I'm making it for. For example, on my, it depends, like, if you want me just to get a 30-second, commercial spot out, except it's not even a commercial and it's like me putting clips together, just a series of clips together with some subtitle text over it. Trust me, I've had requests, I've had commissions like that before. It's just that takes no time at all. For the most advanced projects, like if we're talking like an hour-long documentary, days in editing, more. Here's the thing, even though I can use the Adobe Suite, what's really fortunate for me living where I am, which is in Victoria, British Columbia, very near to Vancouver, which is the heart of the Pacific Northwest's film industry, is I learned to edit using Final Cut Pro. And little did I know is that even though the American film and media scenes are very much so centered around, the industry there is very much so centered around the Adobe Suite, Canada, and apparently a lot of Europe as well, gravitates more towards Apple and their suite of products. So if you're wondering if I think Adobe Premiere or Final Cut Pro is better, depends on A, what are you more comfortable with, either in learning or in just using in general, and then also, what's the industry using? What do you think would work best for the industry you're in, or the area you're in? With that in mind, for the videos on my own channel, the short little 5-minute videos used to do a lot. From turning the camera on till editing, uploading that was like 3 hours. However, for this documentary series I'm working on now, some of these episodes, starting with the research for them, have been in progress. Like the very first episode has roughly 6 months worth of research in it. It's a long process, and sometimes you have to go through and change things in editing and re-edit things just when you get new info. But I hope you like the documentary series when it launches. The mysterious documentary series I've been hinting at in like Discord and Twitter and whatnot.
What are 3 games you're looking forward to the release of in 2019?
3 games I'm looking forward to the release of in 2019. I guess it's weird. I've really slowed down with buying games. I've kind of forced myself to go through my backlog, and I'm not really paying attention to what's coming out in 2019. Is that new Yoshi game 2019?
I believe so.
I want that, and then I'm assuming we're getting Pokemon Gen 8? Gen 8 now?
I think so, yeah, card Pokemon game.
Yeah, so I guess I'll count that as one entry, so I definitely want that, and then...
Animal Crossing?
Definitely Animal Crossing. I'd say my most hyped is definitely Animal Crossing.
Will we be seeing more videos featuring your boyfriend, and will he be leading the charge in a few?
Alright, final question. Gee, I wonder who asked that. Will my boyfriend, Elliot, be in more videos? We're hoping so. He's coming up here for a bit in 2019. We're spending a lot more time together in 2019, which is wonderful. Fun fact for all you viewers down there. I've done a buying guide on every single PlayStation console except the PSP, and I guess technically the Vita, but I mean the PS TV is just a Vita. Watch that guide, by the way. But shameless plug in my own video. But I've specifically been waiting off to do the PSP guide so Elliot and I can actually do a kind of a, I guess the first ever console retrospective video on here, where he and I just sit down and retrospect on the PSP and our memories with it. It's great. I found one of the rare Hannah Montana PSPs actually just for that, to give to him because we love the console so much. And actually, funny story, let me end this video with a tangent. So I went to a place called Value Village, it's a thrift store, and I found a super rare Hannah Montana PSP for $8. And it actually had a memory stick in there. I noticed 2 things on there. First off, Monster Hunter. Japanese Monster Hunter. That's cool. Second off though, porn. I got this purple Hannah Montana PSP, and there was porn on it. But on that wholesome note, thank you very much for watching. Yeah, this was just kind of a thing, me going off on various tangents and rambles and answering questions. I hope you enjoyed it. If so, leave a like. If not, don't. Support us on Patreon. Shameless plug. Money is good.
Bonus question. 2 trains, Train A and Train B, simultaneously depart Station A and Station B. Station A and Station B are 252.5 miles apart from each other. Train A is moving at 124.7 miles per hour towards Station B, and Train B is moving at 253.5 miles per hour towards Station A. If both trains departed at 10 a.m. and it is now 10:08, how much longer until both trains pass each other? Is it A, 31.054 minutes, B, 16.232 minutes, C, 32.049 minutes, or is it D, 32.058 minutes?
Screw this shit, I'm a fine arts major.